Hi, my name's Kevin Kelly. I'm the head of advocacy here with NCBI. Over the last few weeks, we've been bringing you a series of interviews during the COVID-19 crisis. And today we're going to speak to someone who has been passing their time a lot differently to all of the rest of us. They've been crossing the Atlantic Ocean. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Shane Ryan, Vision Sports member. Shane, crossing the Atlantic while the rest of us are struggling with COVID-19 restrictions.
Yeah, how's it going, Kevin? Thanks for having me on. Yeah, sure. It's one of the better things to be doing, I suppose.
Yeah, you rode across the Atlantic, becoming the first vision impaired person to do so. Tell us firstly how it came about.
Yeah, well, we rode from Portugal to French Guiana. That was the route. So, this kind of was always in the back of my mind. I always had plans at some stage to go row the Atlantic Ocean, and the year of 2020, I felt it was the right time to do it. So, December 2018, I kind of started thinking about this and just went researching it online. And Ralph, that organizes it, popped up, and I just started emailing him, and he agreed to have me on board.
Okay, and take me a couple of steps back. How did you develop your love for rowing?
So in 2007, I had to stop playing Gaelic football and rugby because the site was dropping to a level where I couldn't enjoy it anymore or couldn't see it. So Castleconnell Boat Club here in Limerick sent out a letter to me via the Vision Sports Ireland and the NCBI branch here in Limerick to say that they were starting up rowing for people that were visually impaired. And I think it was August, kind of July, August time, 2007. I went down and had a look around and met the coach that was starting it up, and just signed up there and then, and just took to it like a duck to water. And ever since, I've just been rowing from there on.
Yeah, for a lot of people who are blind and vision impaired, they'd be quite nervous around the water. Did you have that problem, or were you comfortable in water?
No, well, kind of, I took swimming lessons prior to that, a good few years ago, and rowing is actually very, very safe. They put you out in a training boat first. That's quite wide. So it is actually very safe for people that are visually impaired or blind. It's just you just need a very good coach, really.
Yeah, very good. And so for the last 18 to 24 months, you've been planning your voyage across the Atlantic. So can you tell me a little about what was involved in that?
Yeah, so last March, I kind of gave myself a full year to prep for it. So last March, I started concentrating fully on it, and just getting all the fundraising and the funds in as well to fund it. So the training was both during the day and at night, because we would have been rowing the Atlantic at night. So everything that I was doing on the Atlantic, I prepped for, both physically and mentally. Just kind of going through different scenarios that could crop up while I was out at sea.
And how many hours a day or a week were you training in advance of the challenge?
So when you're on the Atlantic, you'd be rowing 2 hours on, 2 hours off, for the full 24 hours. So some days I was doing three lots of that, two on, two off, kind of back to back, and other days I was doing lighter sessions, and I was also doing weight sessions and being on the bike as well. So just mixing it up, doing different sessions as well. And I go down to UL, yeah, UL gym to do some of that training as well.
And how many of you were on the boat?
So it was a crew of 5 people, and I was the only visually impaired person on board.
Okay, and was that difficult for your teammates? If I describe them in that way, how comfortable were they with having you on board?
Yeah, they're all comfortable. There is no issues like that. They're very good to me. Just describing things and helping me out on board. There was a lad from Cork actually. He helped me out quite a lot on board as well. So yeah, they're all very good to me. There was no issues that way.
Okay. And in advance of setting sail, I'm sure I'm using all of the wrong terminology here, but I'll continue. Were you becoming apprehensive or nervous as the day got closer?
No, nothing like that. It was more kind of excitement and ready to go. I suppose my parents were doing the worrying for me.
You can always trust the Irish parents to do that.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. I was ready to go and ready to rock. And as the time came closer.
Yeah. And how long did it take to cross the Atlantic?
So we were out at sea for 53 days, slightly longer than we planned, but we had a couple of incidents along the way that kind of made us kind of go a couple of days over. We were hoping to do it in 48 days or less. That's the record that was there, but it took us 53 days in the end.
Now, Shane, you've intrigued me. You've mentioned incidents that delayed your crossing. You better tell us more.
Yeah, so we had to dock in Lanzarote after day 7 for some minor repairs, and we had to spend the night there. Just a couple of things, from the electrics point of view on board that had to be fixed. And then a couple of days, about a week later, then we have this automatic water maker on board, and that failed on us. All the wiring just fried, got overheated, and we tried to repair that, but we couldn't. So then our next docking place was Cape Verde Islands, and unfortunately, due to the lockdown that was happening at the time, we weren't physically allowed on land. So we got 400 liters of fresh drinking water brought to us, and they gave that to us, and we went off on our way then. And then it was day 35. We got attacked then by a shark, and he broke our rudder on us, and that kind of ended the record attempt kind of there and then. So he broke the rudder on us.
Wow. A lot of people who are blind and vision impaired would be very familiar with Jaws, the screen reader, but you got
Yeah.
up quite close and personal.
He never put his head above water. It was all kind of underwater. He kind of just came up and gave the boat a good shunt to kind of see what it was, and it vibrated fairly rapidly throughout the boat back to me where I was rowing. So he was a big enough shark, now, all right, to come up and shunt the boat like that, and to take a swipe out of our rudder. He probably thought it was some food for him, and once he realised it wasn't, then he went away.
Yeah, wow. And had you mentally prepared for encountering sharks? Is that something that you did in terms of building up your mental strength before you went?
Yeah, I knew we were going to encounter all different sea life, sea turtles, dolphins, whales, and then tuna and flying fish. So yeah, there would have been a very high possibility sharks would be would have come up as well.
Very, very good. And did you sit your parents down before you told them the story about the shark?
Well, through Facebook, they were getting updates. They could see updates that were coming through from Ralph that was on board. So they knew what was going on. But I emailed them then the next day to say, we're all safe. We're all safe on board, and that we're all fine, and we're still going.
Yeah, marvelous. That's really an experience that you'll have for the rest of your life. And I believe you lost a considerable amount of weight during the crossing as well.
That's right. Yeah, I dropped 20 kilograms, so that would be just over 3 stone. So it was a good bit to lose, but I had it to lose then as well. When you're going out in the ocean, you try to put on a small bit, but I had a bit too much. So I lost a good bit.
Yeah, so you're able to eat all around, for the next few weeks then, so.
No. I'm gonna keep it this way now and get it down a bit more as well. And we were actually running out of food by the time we finished as well, so we had to reduce our calorie intake as well, down to 1,500 calories for a couple of days towards the end of the trip.
Oh, it was really extreme. So it's like an extreme form of dieting. I'll put it like that. And I think we should mention that you have raised a considerable amount of money for Vision Sports as part of this challenge.
Yeah, so I chose Vision Sports Ireland as the charity for this because they've helped me down through the years. Accessing sport and say around Mayfest as well. I come up from Mayfest as well, so it's just what my way of giving back. So yeah, currently the GoFundMe page is still active, and people can go to that, and there's a small bit of a blog there as well of my journey to date.
From speaking to people in the past who've done these extreme challenges, they're always turning their attention to what happens next and what they're going to do next. Has your mind moved in that way yet?
Well, there's a couple of plans kind of knocking around my head. Yeah, I just need to kind of go research them. But the immediate plan is I've got a big head of hair, and a big beard, and on Sunday I'll be shaving it off. But the funds for that will go to the guide dogs, and that's another charity that I'm involved with. So yeah.
Very good. It's a few of us in Ireland have got lots of hair and beards at the moment with the lockdown. And just before we wrap up, Shane, I suppose you're in the Atlantic Ocean whilst the world around you was shutting down. How aware of that were you guys?
Yeah, we were very aware. We had a satellite device on board that we could send and receive emails. So we were getting daily updates of what was happening here in Ireland and across the world from my parents.
Very good. Shane, it was a pleasure speaking to you, and fair play on being the first vision impaired person to cross the Atlantic.
Thank you very much, Kevin. First in Ireland, there was another person that did another crossing towards America somewhere, but certainly the first Irish visually impaired person to do it.
Fantastic. That was me, Kevin Kelly, in conversation with Shane Ryan, vision impaired person from Limerick and Vision Sports Ireland member. Don't forget, you can check out all of these interviews on ncbi.ie in our news section and across our social media. And our national support line is available on 1850 33 43 53, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.